I have two items that really are sentimental value, and I promise I'll get some better video. What I'm going to do is, this is a cabinet from someone who's a friend of family's for many years. This was her desk, open up desk. So the two things that I need to do are, one will be to find a way to keep this from falling out when it's going down the road and drawers opening up. That shouldn't be too difficult. And then mounting them to something in the back, so of course they're not pulling away. Now this one here, I'm going to rip a couple pieces of 2x4 to go in back and mount this towards the back, and I'll prop something up under the feet so it's pressed against. And what I'll do is, on the inside is I'll get a piece of wood and a couple places to go through to mount against the back piece going across. I'm going to measure and cut two of those. Alright, so what I've done next is I've attached two pieces of wood lengthwise going across this frame. And I will tell you, since I bought a whole ton of these extra, this is just temporary, but these are worn out self-tapping screws that I can at least reuse just for the purpose of holding the wood. And so the next step will be to take this desk and anchor it here on both sides. And I'm probably have to put a little shim under the foot to give it the support underneath there. I think I'm going to move it over a little bit more. So I'm going to put some reinforcements in behind here against the back to help hold this in place. And I'm using a lot of leftover stuff. So I was going to use washers, but I've got all of these really non-usable old wooden pieces to toy sets and handles, wooden knobs, and I thought, why not, take one of these. It's already got the hole pre-drilled, so that way, one, this will not crack this, and this will create a buffer against the back. And actually, I might be able to do that. I will probably have to do that by hand, just because of the inside. I'm probably not going to be able to reach far enough with the drill gun. So let's just try this. If I had something really long, it would make it all that much better and easier. Alright, it's a little hard to see, but this is the drawer section of the wardrobe, and what you see behind here is I'm doing two things. This is anchoring it to the wall, but also this piece is serving to hold this drawer guide up. Now the top one here also has an issue, and I'll need to glue this center part as well. So what I'm going to do is I've cut this piece in here, and it fits just snug. So what I'll do is I'll probably end up putting it up a little bit, and that way it'll hold this piece in place. So this piece is now tapped into place, and this is also anchoring it to the wall. I will also tighten that a little bit more, and I will cut a better piece in to hold this up as well. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to move this piece up so that it will hold this in place as well. Now this desk here, I will need to do something to keep this shut. Some kind of latch system perhaps, especially when I'm going down the road. I may use a strap system to secure things I'm on the road. Because once I'm not on the road, this is going to be just fine. But I'm doing something similar on this. I don't want to screw right into the back, so I'm putting a small type of washer on the screw itself to give this a little bit of strength. I'm going to put 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3. I have to do a couple things like this to secure it in to place, and that means putting a back piece on it to support it, as well as putting a couple screws in to anchor it to the back, because I do not want this going anywhere down the road or getting ruined. Alright, that is secure. If necessary, I can pull these screws off and move this around if I need to redesign the bus. Alright, so there is the wardrobe and desk setup. Again, this thing could move around, and I really wanted to find a way to take these with me. Obviously, my bus setup is not complete yet, and I'm also doing this partially because I am going to go camping next month for a few days, while technically visiting friends for a few days. But I wanted to set the bus up to live in, and yes, this is not exactly camping, but I consider this my true mobile home on wheels.